Here.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes for the August 5th, 2024 regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes for August the 5th, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Is there a motion to approve the agenda for the September 9th, 2024 regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Nope.
Hold on.
I'd like to add Public Works Committee meeting minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to add an executive session after correspondence to discuss real estate.
Okay.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second. All those in favor of approving the agenda as amended, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, committee reports. Recreation.
Thank you, Mayor. Board meeting minutes, Rossford Parks Recreation Committee for 8/4/12/24. In attendance, Toby Ledesma, myself, Dan Wilburn, Caroline Zukowski-Eckel, and Terry McKnight. Meeting called to order at 5:15 p.m. Capital improvement projects. Mr. Ledesma provided updates on several capital improvement projects, including new swinging benches installed at Vets Park, zip track installed at Vets Park, new cameras around the concessions at Vets and Beach Street Park, Rec Center entrance finished, GT Wave will be installed early September, gym renovations are being scheduled now, and there's an ordinance, in fact, on the agenda tonight for that particular item, ordinance 2024-60. Riverfest, Mr. Ledesma provided a list of activities for Riverfest, which will be on August the 17th. They include 2 bands, inflatables, food trucks, including All Saints Ethnic Foods, and new this year a pierogi eating contest. Fireworks will conclude the event at 10 p.m. Programs, Little League football and cheerleading has started, with the first game being September the 7th. ESSL soccer is starting soon. Little Pups registration closes on August the 16th. Levy discussion. The board discussed the upcoming levy and how to help get the word out to citizens. They also looked at a flyer that was created and will be available at Riverfest. Community events. The board was updated on plans for upcoming community events, including Riverfest on 8/17, Halloween Parade on 10/27, and voting on 11/5. Community Service Day. The board has shown some pictures of Community Service Day on 7/20. This was a partnership with Cedar Creek Church, where they did a cleanup at Vets Park, and then the meeting was adjourned at 5:50 p.m. And council should probably think about participating in the Halloween parade and what they'd like to be on the float. That's it.
All right. Any comments or questions about the recreation report? Okay, Public Works.
Public Works Committee met on 8/14/2024 at the Mark Zukowski Annex Building. In attendance were Zach Owen, Allison Murray, Caroline Zukowski-Eckel, Claude Audette, and Rex Huffman. Roundabout at Glenwood and Bergen, the city is going to apply for OPWC funding. A public meeting will be held on 9/26 at the Rossford Rec Center. Bass Pro Boulevard paving will begin the second week in September. Gherkin is the contractor. 795 and Lime City widening and turn lane project. A new road will be built for the apartments that will also give the residents access to their homes on that driveway that runs parallel to 795, because that has to go away with the widening. Check out the information link on our website regarding ongoing construction in the city. Buck and Glenwood Roundabout has one, and there will also be one up for Jennings. Windsor update, dirt work, signage, seeding, and paving after that. It's important that residents weed and water their new grass to ensure healthy growth, especially in these near drought conditions. Overall feelings from the Jennings Road open house. People are excited, concerns for the Halloween parade, and parking. They will mobilize at the end of September and do storm first, the sanitary and laterals, then curb and gutters with pavement in the spring. Hillview and Riverside will start after the first of the year, so that is ready for pavement at the same time. Helms is a contractor. Parking on Jennings will be on the west side of the road when it's complete. This is a full reconstruction project. Northwest Water and Sewer District will be doing projects on the following streets in 2024. The city of Rossford will participate in these projects for the repaving portion of the project. Rosedale, Rossway, Island View, Maybar, Schreier, and Bergen. Tyler and crew will be rebuilding failed areas on these streets and will follow along after the district's contractor is done to ensure that the road base is ready for paving. Lime City Road Bridge over I-75 projected to open October 15th. Dixie Highway Bridge over Grassy Creek, $20,000 was our original match. $250,000 is the portion for the decorative features such as the wrought iron. Hazard mitigation plan resolution will be on the agenda. It will help with our storm sewers, and joining the plan will help with grant money. Pocket Park is out for bid. It will be awarded on September 9th meeting. The Facilities Committee wants it to be phased. 2 hybrid beacon pedestrian crossing locations through downtown funded by a $454,000 grant from Governor DeWine. Other discussion items, pavement work, foldable dance floor for Stroll the Streets and Riverfest, and the Public Works Building.
Okay, any comments or questions on the Public Works report? Okay, report of the mayor and administrator. Allison, would you like to go first?
Tonight, yes, I'm going to deed my time to Shelley Welch, who is here to talk about her special request permit that she is asking for to hold a benefit at Veterans Park, if you'd like to come up. Yeah, you can pull it down.
There you go.
Okay. I am here because I am asking for permission to use Vets Park for an event that I am planning. It would be a fundraising event for my niece, and I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on that. In 2018, my niece Lauren was diagnosed with stage 3 metastatic breast cancer at the age of 24 years old. She went through all the surgeries, went through months of chemo, countless radiation treatments, and fought hard enough to put her cancer in remission until 2024. She's got a reoccurrence. It's now a stage 4. And at this point, her treatment plan is comfort care only. Since her cancer was in remission, she managed to go to college, get a degree in nursing, get a nursing job, and is on her own, got her own place. Obviously, she's not able to work at this time, so I was wanting to put together a fundraising event, which is where you guys come in. In the past, I have done a handful of fundraisers for her, but this time I wanted to do something different. I was thinking out of the box, and being a breast cancer survivor myself, I understand and know the value of the community's support. So I was hoping to have a community function, a fundraising event, where we would have slip and slide kickball, a slip and slide kickball tournament. I do have a friend of mine who's willing to donate bounce houses. I am talking to a few different bands to see if they will come out and play. My vision for this is a family fun day to support Lauren, try to raise money for Lauren, and spread awareness. One of the things that I wanted to add is I really try to, when I have these functions, try to promote women's monthly self-exams. Lauren and I both found our tumors on our own, so the monthly self-exams are critical in your care. I like to spread awareness and remind women. Another thing is, obviously at 24 years old, no lady is immune to this. Everybody has to be aware of this disease, know what to look for, and just be very vigilant in your own personal care. So, yes, I do want to spread awareness. My ideas were the slip and slide kickball tournament. I wanted to come up with like a DIY, kind of like a messy obstacle course. I want to have face painting, bounce houses, live music, whether it be band, DJ. I will be offering all the kickball players hot dogs and chips, and hot dogs and chips for purchase for anybody else. But I would also like to invite some food trucks, just for some variety. And I'm open to any ideas, suggestions. I'm hoping to, if this gets approved, get all of our local businesses involved. I'm hoping to have a fireman's team, police team, and maybe if I'm lucky, a city council kickball team. So I am asking to use Vets Park on September 29th for this event.
A question, Kevin, liability for the city? Is that okay?
No issues at all.
I'll make a motion to allow this event.
I'll second it. Could I just make that subject to Toby's approval? I mean, I don't know,
Oh,
I mean,
the
if she's
schedule.
going to be putting water on the field and all that for the,
So if you look at, I'm not an artist, I'm not very good.
better than I am.
So I did not want to use the baseball diamond itself. I was hoping to set up the kickball fields in the outfield on the grass where it would be softer.
That's what I'm just wondering if Toby could make sure it's okay with Toby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll have to check the schedule for, I don't know if he's got anything scheduled down there that day.
Don't know.
Not?
He does not.
Yeah, he's aware of this. He brought it to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So the motion is to allow this on September 29th, subject to Toby Ledesma's approval.
The oversight of it.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Shelley, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's very admirable, and
There are no words.
I know.
Thank you so much.
we'll help you out any way we can.
Thank you.
So,
Hopefully I'll see all you down there with your kids, little ones, families.
thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Allison, do you have anything?
I do not.
I just have a couple things. It's with great sadness that a friend of all of ours, John Frablick, who lives right there and has that beautiful park, passed away this past week. John was a heck of a guy, a true artist. It wasn't too long ago, I was over there with him, and he was being honored by the Smithsonian. So I've been talking to the family, and I think there's a chance we might be able to keep that park going and keep it in the city. So again, my condolences to John and his friends and his family. Also, we have talked to the contractor that's going to be performing the work on Jennings Road. he has agreed to hold the project off for a couple weeks. So we will have the Halloween parade on the same day we always have it, October 27th, without any interruption. Mr. Wattrell, any correspondence?
I have two pieces of correspondence, Mayor, I believe. One. Yes, two. The first one is addressed to the city administrator, and it was recognizing Officer Tyler Nagy. Hello, I just want to reach out and let you know that Officer Tyler Nagy went above and beyond last Monday for me. I was on my way to work, stopped at the gas station to get a pop before work. That is when I discovered I had locked my keys in the car. The gas station manager called the Rossford Police Department. Within minutes, Officer Nagy arrived, unlocking my car door. The whole process took minutes. Officer Nagy had me back in my car and to work on time. Makes me proud to call Rossford my home. Thank you, Officer Nagy, for making Rossford, Ohio a great place to live. Thank you for your service, James Pavlovich. And the second is addressed to all the district members of the Northwest Water and Sewer District. For those of you who have not met me, my name is Mark Sheffer. I have served on the Board of Trustees at Northwest Water and Sewer District for over 10 years and served for 7 of those years as chairperson. I have strived to be an effective member and use my village council experience to best make critical decisions which will benefit you. At this time, the district is involved in planning and executing major plans to enhance the local economy, expanding our service areas to accommodate new businesses, and adding existing residences to water and sewer services to greatly improve the owners' lives. I am seeking reappointment to continue with the plans we board members have worked hard with the engineering and operations departments to put in place. I would appreciate the opportunity to remain a board member and continue the excellent progress the district has made over its 30-year existence. Thank you for reappointing me. If we do, I pledge my efforts to you all. Sincerely, Mark Sheffer. That's it, Mayor.
Okay. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved to discuss real estate.
Second.
Pursuant to revised code 121.22G2 to consider the purchase of property for public purposes.
Vote on the motion to go into executive session. Heben.
Aye.
Owen.
Aye.
Tinney.
Aye.
Eckel.
Aye.
Oberdorf.
Aye.
Toth.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Stop.
Okay, here we go. Introduction of ordinances. Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-57 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-57 is an ordinance amending supplemental number 13, the annual appropriation measure for the year beginning January 1, 2024, and ending December 31, 2024, passed by ordinance 2023-73. This is a first reading.
Chris?
Thank you. So there are several items that we are looking to appropriate for tonight. The first one is fire and EMS aid provided by Northwood, Perrysburg Township, and Lake Township. So these are for emergency calls from within Rossford that neighboring departments have provided the response. They usually bill us on the back end. The next item is court settlements for police forfeited funds. These are for county court settlements for seized funds from RPD. Typically, the court case will settle, the county will give us notice, and then we're required to release the funds based on the settlement. The next item is for funding for the Wood County CHIP program for 114 Windsor Drive. So the city is involved with the county CHIP program, which stands for Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program. Essentially, the county and the city combine funding to rehab and preserve houses here in Rossford. So there was recently a project that finished up at 114 Windsor Drive, and the city is required to release matching funds for that. The next two items are for the Bucking Glenwood roundabout change order and the street milling and paving. Both of these were approved at the August meeting, so this would be funding for both of those ordinances. The next one is for repairs for engine 29 and 30. So these funds were initially paid out of the general fund, but because it's involving equipment maintenance for the fire department, they are levy eligible. So what I'd like to see is funds appropriated for that, and then we can transfer the expense from the general fund to the levy fund. It'll save the general fund some money. The next one is for Wood County real estate accounting fees. These are just simple accounting fees that are levied by the county for real estate settlements. And then the last two items are for stormwater work that's being performed by the Public Works Department. Speaking with Allison and Tyler, they both mentioned that there's a lot of stormwater repairs being made around the city. So this would be funding to continue those through the end of the year. Have you answered the question?
Go ahead.
The street milling and paving, those are the Northwest Water and Sewer jobs.
It's actually doing the undercut, because there is some really bad pavement on those roads that need
Right.
to do the undercut and fill back in prior to that. Yes, it's in preparation for it.
Anyone else? Okay.
Move suspension of second, third readings.
Second.
Does anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2024-57. Eckel?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Oberdorf?
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-58 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-58 is an ordinance amending supplemental number 14, the annual appropriation measure for the year beginning January 1, 2024, and ending December 31, 2024, passed by ordinance 2023-73. This is the first reading.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So this is a separate appropriation to set up a fund transfer from the general fund to our permanent improvement fund and stormwater fund. I wanted this to be separate than the other appropriation ordinance because it involves large-scale capital projects rather than just general operations. So I'd like to transfer funds to 303 capital improvement projects to support the Jennings Road reconstruction and related costs, our upcoming paving projects, the one that we just spoke about. And the Fund 303 actually has a $750,000 reserve policy, so the transfer would support that as well. And then I'm looking to transfer funds also to the Stormwater Fund as the hazard mitigation grant project. We expected that to be completed this year. It'll actually get pushed out to next year, so this funding would help us plug that shortfall.
Okay. Any comments or questions?
Move suspension of second and third readings.
Second.
Does anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt 2024-58. Owen?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Eckel?
Aye.
Oberdorf?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-59 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-59 is an ordinance for transfer of funds for the year beginning January 1, 2024, and ending December 31, 2024. This is a first reading.
Go ahead, Chris.
So anytime that we execute a fund transfer, there needs to be an accompanying ordinance mapping out where it needs to go. So that 1.9 million that we appropriated, this basically states that 1.7 will go to 303 permanent improvement fund, and then 200,000 will go to the stormwater.
Okay, any comments or questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to suspend with the second, third readings.
Second.
Is there anybody in the audience that has a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2024-59. Eckel?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Obador?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-60 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-60 is an ordinance authorizing the purchase of upgrades for the gymnasium at the Rossford Recreation Center and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
I believe you guys okayed this during your committee hearing? All right, go ahead.
This is the, just a portion from the last round of levy funding for capital improvements.
All right.
Motion to suspend for second and third readings.
Second.
Does anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to declare an emergency.
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2024-60. Eckel?
Aye.
Obadorf?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-61 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-61 is an ordinance to approve an agreement with the Rossford Exempted Village School District for a school resource officer and declaring an emergency. This is the first reading.
Allison?
This is the renewal of the school resource officer agreement with the school. We split it 50/50.
No
and it's-
changes? No changes in the agreement? Motion to suspend with the second and third reading?
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that has a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move to declare ordinance 2024-61 an emergency?
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption?
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2024-61. Heben?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Eckel?
Aye.
Obadorf?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-62 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-62 is an ordinance authorizing the award of a contract for the Rossford Pocket Park project and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Allison, I believe the committee wanted you to phase that in. Can you tell us what you came up with?
Yes, I can. We actually took several things out, and we took out a large light at the front. Sorry, my computer is acting up right now. We took out the large light at the front. We can phase it in another year. We also took out, it's this large light. You can see this large light. We took that out. We also took out the Connex box at the back because we can have food trucks that pull up into the back until we can add that another year. We also took out the furniture we can utilize for the rest of this year. We can utilize the furniture that's down there, and then we can add furniture in the budget for next year to staff it in the spring with the furniture.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Go ahead.
What item is the Connect box?
That's at the very back. We took that out before we ever put it out to bid.
Oh, okay, so it's
Yeah, we
not
took
part
it,
of this.
yes, no, it's not.
Jeff Atmans, 177 Phantom. I need to kind of ask this question first, so I can proceed with the question regarding the pocket park. I'm really not clear as to the status of the fire department. Fully budgeted, because it doesn't seem like it's moving along, but whether it's fully budgeted through the general fund and there's no additional levies being added.
There are no additional levies because we've passed the timeline to put a levy on.
And that's what I was trying to clear up, because I wasn't sure what that was, that first meeting in August, whether or not that was just for the renewals, or if there was something else underneath there. All right. So, do we know what the fire department's gonna cost? Do we have a budget for it?
We budget it every year.
Huh? Oh. But now you have full-time, so the budget goes higher. And the levies just cover part-time manpower and maintenance, right?
The levies cover staffing, whether it's full-time or part-time,
Okay.
and equipment.
Will it make it? Will the levy be enough? I mean,
No,
It likely won't, but we don't know what the cost is
Okay.
going to be. It's our first time doing it.
We're way off pocket park discussion.
Yeah, we're way off the pocket park discussion. Go ahead.
I would just really like to see this go for 3 readings. I think it's important that we get enough time for public feedback and continued discussion on the cost, which I know has been a concern, and just, I would really like to give it a little bit more time. That's where I'm at.
I thought we decided in committee we wanted to go 3 readings. Did we not?
Yeah, that's
Fine with me.
my
Fine with me.
assumption.
Okay, first reading. Is there a motion to read ordinance 2024-63 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2024-63 is an ordinance authorizing the extension of the agreement with the Rossford Convention and Visitors Bureau and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Rossford Convention, the Bureau has a meeting on Thursday, and there's going to be some edits to this agreement, so I'd like it to go another reading so we can
Okay.
get the updated version in front of everybody.
Okay, introduction of resolutions. Is there a motion to read Resolution 2024-21 by title only?
Moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 2024-21 is a resolution supporting the Wood County Hazard Mitigation Plan 2024 and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Allison?
This is done every 5 years, every county in Ohio. And if your community is recognized and you have accepted this and supported the Wood County Hazard Mitigation Plan, then you are eligible for grant funding for whatever emergency you call out in the plan. We were eligible to get a grant for about $150,000 in order to map out where all of our current storm system is here, our stormwater system. So, because that was called out as the flooding in this plan for the city of Rossford. So, if we continue to support this plan, it is through Wood County, we would continue to be eligible for grant money.
We need this tonight, right?
Yeah, they would like it sooner rather than later, but
I'll move to suspend with a second and third reading.
Second.
Anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move to declare Resolution 2024-21 an emergency.
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt Resolution 2024-21. Heben.
Aye.
Owen.
Aye.
Tinney.
Aye.
Eckel.
Aye.
Oberdorf.
Aye.
Toth.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Council remarks. Councilman Toth.
Safety meeting, what works for you guys the best?
It's scheduled for the 16th, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, I'd like to not be here by myself. I just want to make sure we're,
16th is okay for me, Bob.
okay. Allison, you good with that? Zach?
Should be good for me.
Okay, and I'd also like to thank our fire department, who I got to deal with twice in, 2 days? One was for pleasure, and the other one was for business, and they were very professional, and I don't know if it was the fentanyl, but it was a nice, smooth ride to the hospital. That's all I got.
Nothing
Council.
there, I'm done.
Nothing, Mayor.
Nothing.
Okay. Zach?
Nothing.
Chris?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Brenna?
Well, I think Bob and I conspired to keep the fire department busy this month, and so I also just wanted to shout them out and thank them for their very professional, very speedy, very empathetic service.
All right. Audience remarks.
For those of you who don't know me from what used to be Rite Aid over there, I do state my support in the city actually buying the property. But the main reason I'm here,
State your name and address.
oh, I apologize. Colin Bryce Fraser, 815 Glenwood Road, Apartment 3. I have appeared before regarding trying to get a television station off the channel here. I've had some help from people here and getting contact with others. I have been in contact with Harazgan Bari, and he's been very kind, as have people been here. I'm promoting the idea of getting a full-time, basically archivist into the city, not on the current budget, but actually to try and get grants and further funding for this city. I've also presented the idea of our own independent channel, our own independent distributorship, where we completely resort to recording Rossford in its entirety, its history, daily activities, sporting events, and so on. I have offered many programs to him regarding individuals or entire school programs, entire city programs, whatever it comes down to. It can be as low as 64,000 up to 1.5 million. But once again, I promoted this to him and to the city where it would not come out of our general fund, where we'd try and get grants, where we would try and actually get real funding from outside of our city in order to be able to try and build this up. I saw it work in San Diego County. It most certainly worked in my high school, at Torrey Pines High School. Many of those people are now very famous in the film world, and it was all because we had that outreach through the schools and through the city. My biggest issue I have right now is that I have received some help here, but I'm going to need all the help I can get in trying to get in contact with the kind of people that I need to be in contact with. I would love to see that funding come to our city instead of somebody else's city where it might be absolutely throttled away. I know how the system works. I used to work in it back in California. And I believe that if we were actually financed additionally by our state to try and get this off the ground, I've already designed a syllabus and I've promoted the idea of actually making it available to all counties, but for it to begin here in Rossford. So I'm asking any kind of help from anybody whatsoever, up to and including providing my email address right now, where if you put in the ledger or in the subject matter, Rossford Television Project, Rossford Film, whatever it comes down to. If you put that in the subject, I'm going to open it up. Spam, I've got to be careful of, but I'm very interested in getting any kind of help from anybody whatsoever who can get me in contact with the right people to make this come true for our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. Is there anyone else?
Jeff Eplon, 177 Hannum. Are they going to finish the sidewalks on East Elm Tree that you indicated they would do when they finish the project at the west end of it?
Which sidewalks are you talking about?
South side of East Elm Tree?
We don't have the right of way in order to do that. We did the curb through there, but we cannot do sidewalks. We did sidewalks everywhere that we had the amount of right of way necessary.
How did you lose the right of way? I mean, there's a certain, isn't there a
We
certain?
didn't lose any right of way.
I mean, there's
We
right
just
of
never
way
had
that-
it to begin with.
I mean, I guess I don't understand how you don't have one.
Well,
right-
I'm
there's
happy to
right of
show
way
you the
everywhere.
plans. I'm happy to show you the plans.
There's right of way everywhere.
Well, I'm happy to show you the
Okay,
plans,
but
Mr. Applehouse.
but you told me when they do the other end, they were going to put sidewalks there.
I'm
At the
sorry, you
last
misunderstood me, Mr. Applehouse, because there was never a plan for the sidewalks on that part, that side, the south side of East Elm Tree.
I guess I just still don't.
It was not a reconstruction. We add the sidewalks when there's a reconstruction. We went through that at the last council meeting, reconstruction versus drainage and paving improvement versus a mill and fill.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Diane Wolf, 264 Jennings. First of all, love my new sidewalks as much as I was against them being there at all. I have to say, my grandson absolutely loves riding his bike from Windsor to Jennings and back and forth when he's here visiting. My biggest concern, though, at this point is we still have cones at the sewer head. Like, I'm not sure why they're still there. It's been a week and a half, almost 2 weeks.
They're still working through the punch list, so they have a list of probably
But they
like-
said the 28th was their punch list day, and that's...
They won't be done probably until the end of this month, because they're gonna come back, and anybody that doesn't have grass that's growing in substantially in their
Good. I have
tree
some
lawn.
neighbors that ask me about
Yep, then
that.
they're gonna come back and they're gonna do that as well. So they're still working through the punch list, so.
Can the cones go away until they come, until they need to put them there again? It's
we
just
can-
causing a kind of a bottleneck with people turning that corner. I've seen the cones get hit.
Okay,
because people
I'll get
aren't
with them.
maneuvering
I'll
that
get with
corner.
them tomorrow and have them address it.
All right, great, thank you.
All right, anyone else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
In favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Bob, I got some safety topics for you.
Oh.